and a very comprehensive victory to South Africa.
The South African bandwagon rolls on. Another home series, another one series. After such a hard-fought set of matches in Sri Lanka, which ended one apiece, the return series, staged at Durban, Cape Town and Centurion Park, was disappointingly one-sided. Sri Lanka lost the last two tests by an innings and would probably have gone down in the other as well if rain had not rescued them. Among the chief disappointment for the visitors was the form of their opening batsman. Captain Sanath Jayasuriya made just 66 runs from 6 innings, including 2 ducks, and ended the series batting at number 6.
Got him!
Whilst Marwan Atapattu made only 41 runs at under 7 ago. Atapattu's bad form would have brought back memories of the start to his test career when he made just 1 run from his first 6 test innings.
Edged and taken.
In the credit column for Sri Lanka was the batting of Kumar Sangakkara. The young left-hander was the only visiting batsman to pass 200 runs for the series and was unlucky to miss a maiden test century when dismissed for 98 in the 3rd test at Centurion. He also shared in both Sri Lanka's century partnerships of the series, putting on 168 with Mahela Jayawardena at Durban and 113 with Russell Arnold at Centurion. Sri Lanka's bowling attack was, as ever, totally reliant on Muralitharan. The outstanding off-spinner began the series with 11 wickets at Durban, the 5th double-figure haul of his test career, but managed just 1 victim in the 2nd test at Cape Town and missed the final match with injury. Both those games were lost.
Muralitharan has ended up with 5 for.
Pace bowler Dilhara Fernando took 5 for 98 in the first innings at Durban and at times passed the 90-mile-an-hour mark, but he was plagued by no-ball problems and ended the series with just 8 wickets at almost 45. No other bowler took more than 4.
Oh, he's got him. It's a great Yorker. Outstanding start from Fernando. Has picked up 5 for.
The first innings deficits in the 3 tests told their own story. Sri Lanka trailed by 204 runs at Durban, 409 runs at Cape Town and 259 runs at Centurion. The tourists were swamped. 3 South African batsmen, Kirsten, Klusener and Cullinan, averaged over 70, while Sri Lanka managed only 4 scores over 50 in 6 innings.
No ball call, 6 runs, great shot.
Kirsten kicked off the series with a marvellous 180 in the first test at Durban.
Hit through the covers beautifully, over-pitched.
Reminiscent of his monster 275 against England on the same ground, he withstood Murali's best efforts for over 9 hours.
Down the wicket, driven straight, there it is! The century for Gary Kirsten. It'll go all the way for 4. His 14th boundary and his 11th test century.
He was finally 7th out with a score over 400.
Look out for the catch, and they've got him. Gary Kirsten goes.
Sri Lanka lost both openers for ducks, including Jayasuriya to the promising Ingam, but were temporarily rescued by the Sangakkara-Jayawardena partnership.
Punched away off the back foot through the covers. It's a long chase for Gary Kirsten, but the ball wins the race.
It's a lovely shot. Didn't try and hit it too hard, just pushed it for 4. Fine stroke.
Jayawardena missed a ton by 2 runs, as Sangakkara would do later in the series, and not for the last time, the lower order promptly collapsed.
Oh, got him! Well, Boyer has turned one out the rough, and it's all going right for South Africa.
Bowled in! England strikes, the crowd are up.
Pollock took the last 3 wickets in 5 balls, but chose not to enforce the follow-on and give Murali a last-day wicket to bowl on. It was a decision that probably cost his side a win.
England underneath it, then out! Pollock, his 200th test wicket. Congratulations all round.
Day 4 was totally washed out, and a mad dash for declaration runs on the 5th morning was hindered by Murali's guile.
But you really can't blame Jacques Kallis too much. He's trying to force the issue here. It's gone. Very sharp catch. Very well taken by Russell Arnold off the bowling of Muralitharan, and that's 299. Now that could be it. It's gone. He's got it. 300. Muralitharan is very excited, understandably so. What a milestone. Terrific stuff from the world-class off-spinner. Oh, it could be gone. No, goodness me. How lucky is that?
The visitors hung on for the remaining 74 overs, ending up at 149 for 6, and for the time being, parity remained between the sides.
I don't really believe it. The light certainly hasn't deteriorated to that extent. There is no real reason to come off at this stage.
The New Year's Test at Cape Town provided South Africa with their biggest ever margin of victory, an innings and 229 runs. For Sri Lanka, it was their heaviest ever defeat.
Pollock strikes again.
Gone, another one. Certainly two noises. Yes, another one gone. Pollock has picked up the first 4 to fall this year.
Pollock and Ngam, who was filling in admirably for the injured Alan Donald, shared 9 wickets on the first day, with Pollock's figures of 6 for 30 being the best by a South African captain. All 10 wickets in the tourist sorry innings of 95 all out fell to catches.
Another wicket, that's 5 for him.
For both South Africa's opening batsmen, this was a significant match.
Herschel Gibbs is gone.
Gary Kirsten was equalling Hansie Cronje's record of 68 appearances for his country, whilst Herschel Gibbs, recalled after a 6-month ban, was probably trying to forget Cronje altogether. Gibbs, in fact, went early for a duck and made just 1 in the next test, suggesting that he may be hard pushed to outlast Botha Dippenaar as Kirsten's future partner. After Gibbs's blip, South Africa's batsmen all cashed in.
It's a lovely shot. There's 2 men back on the pool, but they're both behind square. There's no one there. It's a great shot. It doesn't get better than that.
Cullinan top scored with 112, his 12th Test 100, and struck 3 sixes in the process.
Over the top, that's a big hit. Daryl Cullinan. Yes, clear the ropes.
This is cut away. Cullinan to 100.
Scores of 52 from Kirsten, 49 from Callis, who had a rare poor series, and 47 from Mackenzie also paved the way, before Boucher and Klusener completed the assault with 92 and 97 respectively.
Oh, that's a great shot. That is an outstanding shot for Mark Boucher. And again. Oh, that's a great
For Boucher, it was confirmation of his growing prowess with the bat and justified his elevation to number 6 for the first time.
That is a cracking shot from Boucher.
Klusener's knock contained 13 fours and a 6 and gave him an impressive average of 72 from 5 matches against Sri Lanka. He was to miss the final test through injury.
That is a big shot. Glorious shot.
When the total passed 500 on the 3rd afternoon, Pollock declared. The match never reached a 4th day.
Gone! Ngam has struck.
Ngam made 2 early breakthroughs, including Sangakkara, who was playing this match as a wicketkeeper.
Second wicket to Ngam.
Sri Lanka's run rate pushed 4 and over, but the daunting deficit got the better of them. Boye's 4 wickets for 28 sealed their fate.
Beautiful delivery, big appeal. He's gone. Nicky Boye has struck. Boucher takes the catch. Sri Lanka really struggling at 119 for 6. Bowled in, the inside edge. Leg stump goes flying. At last, Bakayantini strikes.
Ngam had the satisfaction of taking the clinching wicket on the 3rd afternoon, although a worrying leg injury kept him out of the final test.
Doesn't have to do any work. And Mfaneko Ngam has picked up his 3rd. Boucher's picked up another catch. That's the end of the test match. And a very comprehensive victory to South Africa.
Here it is. Beautifully bowled.
The 3rd test at Centurion took place 2 weeks later, after the Sri Lankans had gained the small consolation of a 1-day victory to set against 5 defeats in the 6-match series. South Africa's run of 10 successive 1-day wins had been halted, but further test success was ensured by another accomplished team effort. Sri Lanka, in their desperation, had recalled veteran Robelinda de Silva for the closing stages of the tour. But having gained an old head, they promptly lost another when Murali failed a late fitness test. Nevertheless, they managed to unsettle the Proteas batting lineup on the first morning, and at one stage had them in trouble at 204 for 7.
Fernando gets the wicket. Cullis goes for 7. South Africa in trouble.
Yet, just as against New Zealand at Port Elizabeth 2 months earlier, from an almost identical position, it was Neil Mackenzie who dug South Africa out of trouble with a century.
Stroke, and it's gone all the way for 6.
It's a lovely shot. Very good timing.
Super shot. Straight down the ground for 4. 99. Wants 1. They go for it. He's got it. The 100 for Neil Mackenzie. Supersport Park erupts. That has been a quite brilliant innings.
Mackenzie made a composed 103 from 191 balls, but the knock of the day came from the captain. Having waited 50 matches and 70 innings to reach the milestone, Pollock hurtled to his maiden test century from just 95 balls.
And the crowd are on their feet. The South African captain, he's taken a long time. but at last he's got
3 sixes and 16 fours came from the captain's blade, and by the end of a thrilling first day, South Africa had amassed 375 for 9 at over 4 and over. Sri Lanka's second day collapse was all too predictable, with Donald now fit and Ntini proving as dangerous as any.
So many times, inside edge, shot on from a left-hander. It's got him. Terrific delivery. So Sri Lanka have lost another wicket.
Pollock went wicketless, but the tourists still only just squeezed past 100. Klusner's replacement, Justin Kemp, took the last 2 wickets.
Gibbs is underneath it. He'll take this comfortably. Yes, he does.
With no Murley to consider, Pollock had no hesitation in forcing the follow-on and quickly removed Atapatu for naught.
Nicely driven and through, and it'll run for 4.
Sangakkara and Arnold put up a show of defiance, scoring at almost 5 and over in a partnership that took both past 50.
Sweetly driven through the covers for 4. That's as good a stroke as you want to see.
Boyer dismissed Arnold for 71 from 82 balls, and the seamers whittled through the rest.
They've got him sweeping, it's looped off the glove, Russell Arnold goes.
Got him! Straight through him. He's shown him where he's got to go as well.
In the air, and he's got it. It's out. That's a great cotton ball.
Sangakkara, having watched 9 colleagues perish at the other end, found himself in danger of being stranded in the 90s. He chanced his arm at Ntini once, moving to 98, before getting a shocking decision from umpire Peter Willey 2 balls later.
That was a bit surprising to me. I thought that might have perhaps pitched outside leg. There also might have been a bit of a nick.
Having been promoted to the top of the order for this innings, he was cruelly denied the chance to carry his bat for his country. Nevertheless, it had been a superb performance by South Africa, and they'd been particularly outstanding in the field.
Brilliant, Russell Gibbs.
The upcoming series in the Caribbean will present a fresh challenge for Pollock and his men. Despite the West Indies' disastrous form away, only Australia in 1995 have toppled them at home since 1972-73, and there will be the little matter of a 5-0 whitewash to avenge.